Hey there, I'm Mestrix, and today I'm going over how I made Dreamland. Now, before this video starts, I'm by no means a professional music production whatsoever. I'm just the guy that makes whatever sounds somewhat decent, so don't expect any insane stuff from me. So I'm just going to go over kind of briefly everything that was in this project, and that's all. So to kind of start off this track, you got the soundscape here from, I believe, a Mestrix sample pack, which fades in and fades out as the piano, this reverse piano here, comes in and swoops into the piano that's in the instruments here. So I did add a lot of reverb when I was sampling that to then reverse it. So yeah, then we come into the chords as well as some virtual right ambience, the best ambience of course, with quite a lot of reverb as well. And the soundscape is still here, but it is significantly more quiet, just so it doesn't take up too much space. So as this plays, this piano arp as well comes in, just by volume. I've just automated the gain. Mistake, I shouldn't have done it here. Probably should have done it with the utility, but oh well. And I actually forgot to mention, this piano it's not the best, but I think it's pretty good. It's the Hybrid Keys atmospheric preset, and I've turned the blend AV just fully onto the A because we don't want any Rhodes. This art piano kind of comes in, and then we come into the first kind of main section, I guess. Nothing too much is really going on here, not too much power, but just a little section to kind of change it up. So the drums here are actually part of a drum rack that I made, which just has, I don't even remember where I found these presets, but or these samples, but they're there. So here you go. Here's the drums. So along with these drums, we just have the two pianos here. I have a wub synth that I've called it. The cutoff on this is also being automated. Yep. So right here, there's some automation with the reverb and the cutoff, just so it progressively gets more open when it gets over here. As well as this preset I use all the time. It's a lush pad that plays the chords as well. And down here I added another virtual right pad. I love these pads. This is the granular pad 3. I kind of raised the highs as well because there aren't that much highs in these pads. But along with this pad here as well. Now hold on, this is incorrect. This is actually from my pack. This is from my ambience pack. Link in description if you guys are interested. And I think besides that, nothing really. Once this little kind of section ends, there is a wobby transition that I think I made as well. It's just some white noise with an LFO. Nothing too much. As well as then introducing these car vocals, which I've pitched down quite a lot. Never mind. Just two semitones down. So yeah, at this kind of section here, they have a high pass, I believe. Yep, and we've got these I believe staccato stabs, which is from a free content library, Project Sam, which has is full of orchestral instruments, and I'd recommend it. It's really good. So here we go. We've got these staccato strings coming in. So those are really nice. They sound very realistic, in my opinion. So after this part, we get to the kind of main build-up here. We introduce this piano arp back in, and then as well as just some crashes. We got the snare as well. That I believe, yep, there's a low pass on it, so it opens up as the build-up keeps going. With a high pass as well once it gets to this part here, because we don't want too much punch as it keeps getting faster. We got this granular pad once again, and it kind of fades in. There's a hell of a lot of reverb on that. And we've also got quite a lot of stuff going on here as well in the effects. We've got this wobbly uplifter, another one of my ones. We've got this as well, basic white noise uplifter, and this is a synthesizer I made, which is quite evidently based off this Mestrix one. I think as you can hear, yeah, they're not, I don't know if this sounds good or not, but oh well. This is some crowd noise, which fades in as well, so effects all together. And I think we've made it to the drop. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. The moment you've probably all been waiting for, the chord stack. So I'm gonna play the sauce and the bass separately without anything else playing, and I'll let you guys listen to it. And there you go. First layer here is a Virtual Riot chord preset. We've got this detuned one here. This kind of crushed one. And if we actually go into Serum here, as you can see, I've got some downsample on it, just with a tiny bit drive and some mix, just over 50%. And clean, I've got this clean preset, which is just 16 voices, but not a lot of detune, and it sounds pretty clean in my opinion. Just not, yeah. And then this little top preset here, which just kind of fills up the kind of higher end. I got an octave on this second oscillator, and both 16 voices with quite a bit of detune. I've also cut off quite a lot of the frequencies around this area. Here we got some white noise. Nothing exists, nothing too much, just some white noise. We've got this wub pad, which I've actually, I don't know if this was a mistake or not, but I vocoded this pad to the main chords. It sounds cool, it sounded very cool at the time, but maybe it was a mistake, I don't know. But it sounds alright. And I've just got this sustain pad that just plays throughout the drop. And let's go into the leads as well. Here are the leads all together. A thing I like to do a lot is kind of harmonize with different leads, like this part here, this little filler lead. Because I'm playing different notes with this lead here and the other main three. And it sounds quite nice when it kind of harmonizes, I think. But here the lead layer is just a solid. This is part of a sample pack I'm working on, but hopefully it's coming soon. So yep, just a saw wave, along with kind of like a strange square wave. I've got some PWM on here. I don't know what that is. I just tried it and it worked. Here I've got a square lead, which is same thing, I think. Yep, similar kind of thing, just with a square, two squares, and some diode distortion as well. And this final lead, which sounded like a Jaron lead to me, the legend himself, which is again same thing, just with sine waves pretty much, and just a different kind of diode distortion. And then this little filler lead. This is just a very basic preset. It's just square wave with some pitch automation here. As you can see, it's very short because you can't even see it. But this is automating the coarse pitch of this oscillator here. So I turned this down a bit, just so it's not too impactful. But there's still that kind of transient pluck kind of sound to it. And over here, you can't actually really hear this in the song, but the melody is like this. Since it kind of fades off, it's not very audible, but hey. Next is the sub bass here, or just the bass in general. Here's the bass altogether. We've got the sub bass here, which I've actually added some Camel Crusher as well as some glue compression. No clue why. There you go. If you can't hear it, I apologize. Here's this little, yeah. I don't know how to describe it, but that is also coming in my sample, my preset pack for sure. Here's just a free preset that just makes everything below a certain frequency mono, which is very helpful. Next, got this kind of rough bass, which is actually kind of, this is just saw wave with some white noise, and some diode distortion, just kind of blend two together, as well as some multi-band compression, and it kind of brings the two sounds together. Because if I just turn these off, as you can hear, they're kind of two separate sounds, but once you've got these two things in here, it kind of blends them together. Next, we've got a grey bass here, which is just similar kind of thing, and there you go. So that's the bass all together. Let's get into drums, shall we? So just before the drive actually starts, I have this exclusion fill here. I'd recommend the sample pack. It's incredible. It is the Exclusions Essential Drum Fills. It's an extremely good pack. I'd recommend it. I use it quite a lot. So here we go. Kick. Just a kick. Nothing too much going on here. Mestrix samples. I use a lot of Mestrix samples. Just a snare here. And I also added a snare tail. I got a little ride here to go with the kick. Got some cymbals. I did sidechain just by cutting it and then adding a fade. So it looks kind of strange, but yeah. And I got some hi-hats here as well, which play a kind of strange pattern, but oh well. And I just got a crash here as well as some shakers here, which are actually from a free Tropical House sample pack that I got 2.5 years ago when I first started making music. So I've had this sample pack for the entire trip. So let's go into the kind of other instruments that are in this drop. I've just got this the chord piano, but I do have an LFO on it. So it kind of acts as like a power layer, and that kind of fades off, so it's not a sustained sound. And here I've got the vocal chops as well, the kind of vocal ad-lib loop thing. And over here I did vocode the vocal for the drop. So yeah, we got this shape here. It's a quite unusual shape, but it works, I think. So we've got that. I've got the same tall filter on here as well. Oh wait, no I don't. I've got just a gain on it. And just this little art that plays the second half of each kind of 4-bar section. Nothing too extreme, just some reverb, grain delay as well, and I've got just a saw wave, I think. Yep, just a saw wave. And then down here, just the pad with some just some effects. I've got the crowd as well, just the crowd noise. That is sidechained, and that is pretty much it for the first drop. Just kind of transitions. As you can hear, this thing here is playing. I first made this and I was like, oh great, this sounds cool, just a nice little kind of ear candy lead, but it sounded really bad the more I listened to it, so I kind of made it a background layer. This is just a cymatics preset from, I think, their lead pack. Yep, element leads. So I've just had that in there. I also have these kind of chord plucks here. I actually do have an idea for a VIP for Dreamland, so if you guys are wanting to hear that, then be sure to tell me. So we got this, we have a gravity pad, my favorite pad of all time, which I've slightly vocoded to the chords, I did a lot of vocoding in this song. Just some more downlifters here to X from the drop. This section here is most likely my favorite part of the song, and I wish I made it longer, but I don't think it would have worked. But yeah, this is my favorite part right here. So let's get into this. The same kind of drums, just with the shaker as well. And I've got this little virtual riot tom fill, but I've just taken like one hit. It sounds really bad by itself, but it fits well. But there's the drums, same kind of stuff. Art piano, chord piano. The vocal as well. The vocal again vocoded, but I've added the tall filter. And it sounds like this. This little ARP is back. Got some strings as well. The R adjusted, the gain is being automated as well. And the strings actually, right, also playing here, which I forgot to mention. These pikes, these chord plucks change, and they open up as well. The cutoff filter kind of opens up. And I have this little ARP here as well, which I think sounds really nice. So basically here it's got another tall filter, of course, which has a low pass 18 dB preset. And this is just a preset I made that was inspired by Foria Breakaway, or maybe I got it from like a free remake FLP, who knows. But yeah, I just have that playing. This is it without the filter. So yeah, it changes the sound a hell of a lot. I've got this wub saw, which is just the virtual riot preset as well. Kind of same thing for the main saw layer, but just here to fill up the space. I've got the wub bass here. This has a filter on it. It's going to give it that kind of resonant kind of sound, with even though there's no resonance on the filter. But yeah, just a little layer. And I also have this here. It doesn't have a sound, but it gives it the tone for this bass here, which is just a virtual riot growl here. So this is it by itself. And I've vocoded it so it plays the note of the bass. So there you go. I think that sounds really cool. That's probably what really made this little section here stand out, I think. Transitions, same kind of stuff here. I do have this though. Nothing too much, just a little piano part. Same kind of thing here. Instead there is a different fill for the build-up. I've got just the virtual riot fill as well as these little top perks here. Just give a more transient hit with a bit more high end. And here is the second drop, which has this little percussion loop here. It has like a triplet vibe, which I then didn't really carry on in the drop, but it's in the background. Let's play it. Yeah, it definitely contrasts with the shakers and the hi-hats and stuff. But there we go. And here as well, the chords now that are all the same. Here's just the... So the leads are different as well, because just so the kind of triplet kind of loop here didn't crash too much, didn't clash with the melody, so I had to change it up a bit, as well as also just make it more simplistic, so this lead here could kind of step into play. Yeah, here I just tried some different stuff. I did this. Yeah, no idea why, but can't really notice it, so it's fine. It just adds some kind of texture, I guess, to the sound. But there you go. This is the second lead. And then we come to the end of the second drop. The kind of piano arp is now playing halftime. Chords are just playing. Got the lush pad here as well. This kind of ambient lead. And yeah, nothing too different here, but I've got some sounds for the end here. I've got this little sweep for try it. Impact, just without the impact, just the sweep. I've got this little sweep as well. This little tiny thing. I've got some glitches as well. No idea why, just felt like it. But there you go. I also did pan these as well. A lot of panning, just to give it more movement. And I've got this schlappy impact, which kind of just fills up the kind of low end. And I do have some stuff here. I've got this is part of another impact. And a cinematic hit from Mestrix sample pack. But that is pretty much the song. That is Dreamland, released on Summer Sounds. It has been a significant amount of time since I actually made this song. So this video is very late, but I just wanted to share how I made it. I have an EP in the works as well, if you're wondering why I haven't been releasing that much stuff. So keep an eye out for that as well. It'll be dropping hopefully soon, maybe in like a month or two. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.